Hey everybody, this is Michelle Baker. I'm going to do an animal logo demonstration. So the project brief, after you read over the project brief, listen to the lecture or look at the PDF lecture, you start with number one, which is choosing an animal. I chose a goat. Then you use a words list to brainstorm adjectives that describe what your animal might represent. For my goat, I used words like, I think they're silly, they're hungry, they're friendly, observant, intelligent. So I kind of focused on the word silly and hungry and got this idea for a lawn care business called the Hungry Goat. So I wrote a paragraph. My lawn care business is in a rural area, West Mobile, Alabama, doing residential lawn care. I researched photos, different perspectives. You can see in my files real quick. Different perspectives, lawnmowers, silly goats, black and white clip art, just to kind of gain different perspectives. And then back to the project brief. And then you want to do about 10 different possible designs or sketches for your symbol. So in my head, I had this idea of just a goat eating grass. But then I thought, well, if it's a lawn care business, I might combine the lawnmower with the head of the goat to come up with my symbol. So I did several sketches and emailed them to myself. I took pictures of them, emailed them to myself. And I'm going to show you my process for trying to actually scan them in. So I scanned in my photographs and they were looking like this. I just never did like that, but I'm going to show you how I did this and then how I came up with my final sketch. So I did another sketch because I wasn't liking that one. And I emailed it to myself, and in my downloads, I just take it and I drop it in Adobe Illustrator. And usually it's a pretty big picture and it takes just a minute. You think, well, I didn't drop it in there, but I did. And if I just wait a minute, it'll come up. So we'll just sit here for a second. When you trace a picture, when you want to use your own art, you need to make sure that it's inked in, very clean lines of ink. Otherwise, the paths won't close, and then you'll have to do some other things to be able to fill it with color. So if you don't have really nice ink lines, you end up doing a lot more work in Adobe Illustrator than you would have if you just had a nice clean picture. Okay, so here's my artwork. It's a really quick sketch. It's not good. We talked about some people not being strong at sketching, but this is what I want to show you. It's how to trace your artwork if that's what you want to do. You can lock the picture by going up to to object, lock, selection, and then you can take a pen tool and actually begin to trace your artwork. And you want to take the fill off and just have stroke. So you can do that, and that takes quite a bit of time for that. So you can lock your artwork and do it that way, or you can object, unlock all, and try to trace it. If it's a good enough, dark enough drawing, then I could get a good trace. These are not that great, but I would just go to image trace and tell the computer, okay, it's telling you it's going to take a long time. Just go ahead and click OK. And then the second thing you do is expand. So you always want to trace and then expand, and that's what turns it into a vector object. And then to delete the white square around it, just get a pen tool, a delete anchor point, and go around to each of the corners and delete the white background. And then you can work with the shape that you have after you ungroup everything. So I've got this shape, which I can use a smooth tool, or and I can work with this shape. So let's say you've got all these jagged edges and you want you want to smooth them out. Let me show you something you can do. There's a couple things you can do. So for this shape right here, I can just right click and ask it to use the smooth tool, the automatic smooth tool. And it will automatically smooth the shapes for you. Another way to do that is to click on the shape with the direct selection tool, the white triangle. Then grab the smooth tool, which is underneath, usually underneath the pencil tool. And then you can just draw and it begins to round it out, what you draw. So that's another way. But what I ended up doing with this drawing is creating my own tires out of, just the ellipse tool. So I just came over and I just created my own tires. If you hit shift, you get a complete circle. I then got, hit option and copy, shrank it down a little bit. And, I put a tire inside of a tire and I selected them both and used Pathfinder to cut out the middle. And so that's one way you can do it. And so what I did is I ended up just taking out the shapes that didn't look good to me and replaced them, with shapes that was a little more professional. And I ended up with a pretty cute design for a Rush logo. And I want to show y'all. So this was where it was. I did not like that. And I finally came down to, I had this goat head on there, which I just didn't like. I thought that it just didn't match up. So I put the profile goat on there with the silly teeth and thought, well, I like that. So what I want to talk to you about now is your text. You can download a font. I usually use defont.com. And so for this one, I went to defont.com and typed in Hungry Goat to see if there was anything I liked. And I ended up downloading Heavitas. So I just hit download. I'm going to show you another one since I've already downloaded Heavitas. Let me show you. Let's go to another logo. Let's just get a, how about this one? Hungry Goat Lemon Milk is the name of this font. You just click download. And then when you find it in your downloads, double click. This is the file, and we need to download. It actually has given us, this is a big family of this font. This is a big font family. They've got the lemon milk in bold, bold italic, light, light italic, medium, medium italic, regular, and regular italic. So you would need to, I believe, double click each one of these to get it to download. So I'm going to click install, and it gave me lemon milk light. And so I'm going to double click lemon milk italic and hit install. Medium and click install. Medium italic and click install. Okay, so you can just install as many as you want. It's a great idea to work with a font family that's big, that has a big variety of things to choose from, especially when you're doing body text. Okay, so back to the logo. This is how you would find it. Let's say I didn't have my font picked out and we downloaded lemon milk. I type in Hungry Goat and then highlight it, go to your character panel. If you can't find it, it's underneath the menu bar under window, and you can go all the way down to type. When you go to type, it gives you a flyout window for all of these panels. Character panel, if you click that, it's going to pop open over here. And so we're looking for lemon milk, and it's going to be alphabetical. Let me move my zoom bar so I can see what I'm doing. So we are looking for the one that was just downloaded. It should be alphabetical. Oh, I just passed it. Here's lemon milk. So you click on that, and then these are all the different font families that I downloaded. There were more, but I just did these. So there's lemon milk light. And, you know, I could have done a supporting text underneath my logo. Lawn care service, or all caps, but I really didn't think it needed it. So that's how you install a font. I just went with Hungry Goat because I think it's obvious when you look at the lawnmower that the goat he's actually a lawnmower. So this is, you know, definitely a lawnmower service. It's not like we're not selling a pet product or goat feed or anything like that. So I think it's obvious. There's some more things I could do, like I could straighten out the lines or the curvatures if I didn't like it here. I just made it kind of a short, stocky lawnmower. So there's lots of tools that I use to make this. One of the things that is important is when you do create your text, you need to create outlines for your text. So if I was going to use this font right here, one thing I need to do is create outlines for it. Once I get it positioned the way I like it, with Hungry Goat, I ended up using the tracking tool, and I tracked out the letters to 20 because they were really close together. So you have to track it out before you create outlines for your text. Once you get the text like you like, then you go up to type and create outlines. This makes your font an object. This makes your font a vector object. So now you can actually manipulate each letter individually if you wanted to, with a pen tool or with, you know, with a selection tool. So I could make this a rocket if there was, you know, some other O and some other wording, and have flames come down, or, you know, I put the grass on each of these, but these are one object now. They're not two objects with the grass and letters. They're one object. So you have to create outlines for your text. Also, what I want to tell you is if you use the pen tool to draw anything for your logo, then let's say you draw this shape for your logo, and then you want to cut a circle out of it in the center. So we want to hit right click on the circle and make sure that the circle is arranged to bring to the front. We set it on top of this object. Then with the selection tool, we select both, and we use Pathfinder to cut out that circle in the middle. So that worked. Yeah, that still worked. What I'm looking for is an example to show y'all that you have to, whenever you create artwork with the pencil tool, let's say like this circle. Okay, watch this. So let's say I do a circle, and I give it a stroke color and like 2 points. Okay, watch what happens. This is the circle. And then if I want to shrink it down in my design, do you see how thick the circle got? The reason why, let's take it back to where it was, is because this is a path, and we have to outline this path just like we outlined the letters. We created outlines for the letters. Otherwise, this does not keep its size and proportion. So whenever you create something with a pencil tool, always go to Object, Path, and outline the stroke. Now, when we shrink this down, it stays in proportion perfectly. Okay, so remember to outline the strokes for any objects, outline the stroke, and then also create outlines for the text. When you go up to type, go down to create outlines right here. That would be an option if we had text that we needed to create outlines for. Okay, so there's, so far we've traced an image. And remember too, like if this was, I actually cut my wheel out of the side of here to have a perfect matching shape to the lawnmower. So remember, Pathfinder is a great tool to cut and take, combine items. So I could actually stick this in here, make a red hubcap if I wanted to. Make this one shape. I could select both, and I actually united everything and made it one shape. If I wanted to take this shape and cut out a piece of this lawnmower, I could ask Pathfinder to minus front. Oh, sorry. Let's get another example. So don't forget about Pathfinder. So we got these two shapes. We can select them both and combine them. So now we have one shape. Or we can cut out the front. So I select both and minus front, and you see how it cut out the front. So be sure to check out all the things that Pathfinder does by hovering over each one of the icons, and it will tell you what they do, and you can play around with that too. So we use Pathfinder. I aligned my logo in the center of the artboard by selecting the whole thing and going to my align tool. I aligned it right here to the artboard vertically. Oops, sorry. Thought I had it. I think I undid some things to show y'all. So the goat is all grouped together. So I aligned him vertically and then horizontally, and then the lettering vertically and then horizontally. And I think I want to put it about like that for the logo. So this one I ended up not going with, but I left it here to show y'all. I was not happy with that artwork at all. And then this lawnmower was way too lanky. I made it short and stocky and sillier. So that was my Hungry Goat business. You want to do this in one color, and then also in white. So you do it in the 3 different formats. Let me get to the bottom of the project sheet to show you. Yes, you're going to produce 3 versions, a color, a black, and a white version. So I have my black, and I'm going to take these 2 off of the board to show y'all what to render. For my color version, I'm going to go with just green. I didn't really care for it any other color. Now we want to pick out, now see, I lost my eye because I probably need to cut my eye out. So for your one color, let me show you what you would do. So here's my eye, and I need to bring it to the front. And I lost my teeth. So I'm going to send my goat to the back. And maybe I can cut my teeth out. Let's see. I think it's gonna be best if so for my one color, I want my teeth to be cut out and my eye to be cut out. So that the same detail shows. So let me show y'all that over here on the gray space. Okay, I'm gonna ungroup so that I can get to it. Now the eye's on top, and I'm gonna select the goat and ask Pathfinder to minus the front. So it's getting rid of my whole goat, which I don't want it to do. So I'm gonna try again. Nope. Um, okay. I'm going to group my teeth together. Group them together. Select my goat, minus front. I don't know why it's doing that. One thing I can think is that is maybe there's something that I have not outlined. So I can try again. Hmm, I just don't know. It could have something to do with the fact that the tires. Let's try it. There we go. Okay, and then it took the eye away, so I don't want it to do that. So we'll do the eye and the teeth, group them together, and then do the body of the goat there. Okay, that's what we needed. And then this is the grass. It's kind of like the goat has it just by the teeth. Okay. Um, and maybe with this grass, I will just cut right there. And take this piece out and smooth this piece. Because I think I like that better, like the goat just barely having a nip on it. So let me smooth that a little bit. There we go. Okay, I like that better. Perfect. So that now I can turn it one color and all the details will show. So I'm gonna uh, paste that here and get rid of this one. Um, I got some kind of line work in there accidentally. So we're gonna put this in the middle. I had all aligned. And then we're gonna delete this one because we fixed this one, remember? Go ahead and paste this one over here and align it to the middle. This will be my one color. So I've got my black. Here's my one color. So I've got all the line work there for the eye, one color, and then a white one. And so I can turn it white, but you wouldn't be able to see it unless I put it on top of a box. So let's try um, putting it on a green box and cutting it out. So I'm going to send it to the back. So we've got, let's put both of them in the center. And I want to shorten this. All right, and then we do use Pathfinder to cut out the front. And there's the white logo. And with the white, I'm not really liking the teeth, how they didn't cut out. They're too big. So I think that I would want to go back in and fix that. I don't know. I don't think I like that. Let's look. I think it's the same actually. It just looks different when it's dark. All right, so there it is, the Hungry Goat in black color and white. And so for this project, we are going to produce the color black and the white version, and then you export an AI file, a PDF, a JPEG, and a PNG. So let me show you that just in case you need a refresher. So here's my file. I'm only going to export the artboard. So all of this stuff over here that I was working with, I can just keep off to the side for, future reference if I want to see that. I'll just shrink it down real small, and I don't really need to keep it because I had some other boards I was working on too. But let's just say you want to shrink it down and keep it for later reference. Okay, so this is how you would export. First, you want to save your file as an AI file. So save as. You can save to your cloud or your computer. I'm going to make a folder for my animal logo. And in that folder, I'm going to call this my animal logo quote. And this is an Adobe Illustrator format. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is export for screens. And I'm going to tell it that I want PNGs of all three logos. So I want PNGs. And I'm asking it to use, just these three artboards. So I want that. And then I also want a PDF as well. So you come back to this screen, or you can do it both at the same time. Let's see, it might be better to just do one at a time. So one, I'm exporting all three in PNGs, so export. Okay, and then I'll come back to Adobe Illustrator and ask for a PDF as well. I'm going to export for screens and ask for a PDF and export. I want the PDF. Okay, so I want the PDF on one PDF. So it gave me 3 pages on this PDF. But here it is. My 3 logos. Okay. So that's how you execute the animal logo. I look forward to seeing yours, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.